What is going on YouTube? Brendan from Market Makers, your home for Wyckoff, Advanced Fibonacci, TA. Guys, can we rally? That's what we're going to examine. Can Bitcoin rally? The markets all had a strong update today. The Dow, at the time of this recording, was up over 600 points. The S&P went up 2.5%, and Bitcoin had a positive day as well. But we need to see if we're still establishing our higher lows and higher highs in the small time frames, because it's baby steps, guys. So let's go ahead and look at the S&P, the broader market, and see where we're at. Guys, this is a trade I posted in our Telegram last night, and of course this trade hit. We got this nice big up candle here. Again, this is over a 2.5% move at its peak. And right now, what we need to do here in the S&P to help contribute to Bitcoin's rise is we got to hold this one fib, which is at 37.69. We're at 37.70. Had a little bit of a retracement here and came back up to hold it. So if we can hold this, we have our 1618 at 38.52, puts you right into this cloud. So tomorrow could be interesting. So we got a nice rise here. So far, this has been a low volume move here. You can see this in the 4-hour time frame. Nothing even breaking above the moving average, right? So it's been a low volume move. The markets have had massive sell-offs. Our RSX here is starting to hit the overbought signal. So we have to watch this because, again, this is the broader market. We need to see if this starts retracing in futures and starts falling down, or if we can hold this 37.69. That will be key. Guys, our Telegram, if you want to join it for trade signals, that's all it is trade signals, is in the video description. You can click that link, talk to Lee, he'll send you the information. And if you want TA, community, trade signals, and education, because if you want to become a good trader, learn these techniques, you can join our Discord. That link is right underneath the video, the word that says join. Okay, guys, and BITGET, our tournament starts July 1. Okay, you got to register by July 1, so download our link. It costs you nothing. $5,000 will be given away to the top 5 winners, and of course, we'll keep you guys apprised with who is winning on a weekly basis. So download that link and check out BITGET, and if you want to trade these equities, guys, download SimpleFX, and the tutorial and all the links are in the video description. Let's proceed, sir. All right, so this is the SPX, guys. Let's check out the Dow really quickly. Again, it was a 600-point rise at the time of this recording. It is only, what time is it? Almost 3 o'clock Eastern time. So we could see in the last hour of the trading day, or last half hour or so of the trading day, you could see the markets escalate and really start pumping a little bit more. We'll see how it pans out. But as you can see, we are well overextended from all of our long-term moving averages. The S&P itself is down. Only 13% of the S&P stocks are above the 200. Now, to give you a contrast, in 2008 great financial crisis, 20% were above their 200. So this market's well oversold. So we could see some type of rise here going into tomorrow, but it is low volume. And as you guys know, what happens on low volume rallies? That's right, volume divergence. So you get price rise, but they tend to fail when you do hit key resistance. Okay, I showed you that on that NASDAQ. That was that NASDAQ short we took. When you can have price rise and you hit key resistance, that's when you're going to have a problem because you don't have the volume to punch through it. But you do have some upside available here on the SPX and on the Dow as well. Not even at our 382 the way I laid out this wave, as you can see. So we can see what can happen here tomorrow, guys. Maybe we got some legs here. Maybe this will continue to go up, and we'll find our path. Now let's look at the DXY, because this affects Bitcoin as well as the markets, right? So DXY, guys, if we lay out our trend-based fib, get our resistances outside of these GAN levels that we have here. Go ahead and turn these GAN levels off. See this a little bit clearer. There we go. And you can see we're hitting our head right on the 618 at 104.503. Again, if this declines, okay, if this declines, this is good because it'll give strength to the equities markets. It'll give strength to the crypto market as well. It's hitting its head at the 618. We'll see if you can hold here, maybe even start to decline, give us a little bit of a reprieve. Let's look at our support levels for the DXY to see where this could go to, what level it's holding for support. Take our trend-based fib from that swing high down to that swing low, up to that swing high, and then look at that. You're right at the 382. Do you see that? you're right at the 382. So this is a very first retracement level. It came down to the 0.5, almost on the dollar. Look at that. Again, I love trend-based fibs. So the low here is 103 spot 938. Look at this. The 0.5 is 103 spot 934. That's such an excellent marker for support. When you lay out a properly placed trend-based fib, you can really see support and resistance very, very accurately. So we'll see if this holds or if it starts to decline. Again, we'll have to watch this tonight in futures as well. Looking at Bitcoin, guys, on the macro time frame on the weekly, it doesn't matter what happens. We're going to get to the small time frames, but you got to flip the 200 and 233. And your 200 is still sitting above you. Really, you got to get to about 22.6 just to get above the 200, and you got the 233 right above you there. So we're holding this. You see how, look at this. We're holding that Ganfan support line, the 2-1 here. We're holding this Ganfan support line, but we got to get above 22.6. So let's go ahead and zoom into some smaller time frames, starting with the daily. See if we have any type of structure being made yet. Well, we have the base of a Wyckoff structure. So let's go ahead and mark this off. Here's our selling climax. And you can see the reversal here going back up. This could end up being the ceiling here. We'll have to see how this plays out, or if we get more up candles. But right now you're retracing at the 0.5 at 20,933. As you guys know, this is laid out from the weekly as well, this fib level. This has been a level we've had a lot of difficulty in flipping, as you can see from the rejections of previous candles. So let's see how this plays out. And then let's go ahead and throw our Ichi on here as well. And you can see we got room, guys. There's room to rise here, right? You have all this room to play with. If you can get price to rise, you got all this room on the daily. But as you know, the cloud is lower on the smaller time frames, right? And of course, once again, long-term moving averages are up here around 38.5 and 39K. They are descending, okay? At some point, if you just float around here, go up and down, these will keep descending. You will have an impact. The last time we had this impact, we had a drop of 47%. So let's see what happens here once we get that. And that's going to take a while. So we're going to have some movement before that, because if the equities rallies fade, which, the last 11 weeks, they've basically been rally one day, maybe 2 days, and then get torn apart. So tomorrow's pretty key in watching the continuation of that. Let's look at the 8-hour. Once again, you can see this is a tighter fib wave projection here, but you can see our support. We are holding the 0.5 just above 20,933. Again, that level, the support level in green here, that is laid out from the weekly and the daily. And you can see you're above it. So this is good, right? If you can base on this, this is good, because you want to make a base and move up. But you do have this very thick cloud that formed on the 8-hour time frame. It's starting to tuck in. Let me go ahead and draw this for you guys so you can see this a little bit better. It's starting to tuck in. So but we have room. And when you look at where this room could get you, depending where you could pump from, you can get all the way up to 24 before you even impact it. And if you came up tomorrow and came up with some big candles, you could get up even higher. So remember, you can punch through any size cloud, but obviously the thinner the cloud, this is a visualization of resistance, just like this up here. The thinner the cloud, the easier it is to punch through. So we'll see what happens. 8-hour time frame still a little bit big. We're going to go to the 4-hour and the 1-hour and get some more current price action. 8-hour is starting to bottle up, which is what we needed to do. It's above the median line. Volume is still low, well below your moving average for volume. So let's go ahead and look at the 4-hour, see what we got. So the 4-hour time frame, guys, made my trading range here. As you can see, we are trying to base on the 4-hour above our Wyckoff, our mini Koff structure trading range. So we need to see if we can hold this. And let's look and see where the cloud is here on the 4-hour time frame. This will be important to see where our resistance is, and you're almost on it, okay? So you're going to have, what is this? Depending what these candles do, if they go up or just sideways like this, you could have impact June 23rd, or you could have impact, tomorrow if this thing wants to pump, right? This is a thick cloud, as you can see from this dissension. Look at this. From this dissension, this is a very thick cloud, and here's your 200 that you impacted here on the 4-hour, guys. This is all from 200, okay? Remember, very key long-term moving averages, and these are at 27 and 27.5. Again, this is my first immediate target. If you are able to hold this area, punch through here, because this is getting thinner. We talked about this yesterday. You can draw this. It's drawing right along that Wyckoff white line, and then here's your bait. You see that? So it's getting thinner. So if you can stay up here, this will get thinner, maybe come back down, come back out, whatever. But you have the ability to punch through this, okay? And that's something we need to watch very closely, because I'll be putting a trade in if we can build some type of structure here and hold it. I want to build that cup pattern that we can break out above and get some bullish momentum. And volume, we had one nice volume candle, and it's not even that nice. We didn't get any high relative volume, but we did get one volume candle right here that broke the moving average line. Everything else since June 18, what is today? June 21. So for the last 3 days, it's all been below average volume, okay, on this price rise. So again, below average volume, but price is still rising. Got to be careful when that happens. You can get volume divergence, right? So you're not getting strong volume, but the price is still going up. Volume going down, price is going up. You get volume divergence. Now, this is a small time frame. Volume divergence is more powerful on larger time frames. I usually track it on the daily, but obviously today's candle is still open. But let's see what that looks like the last couple of candles. If we can hold it, if we can get a couple daily candles and still be up here, see what that volume looks like. And our volatility is still relatively expanded. Again, that needs to tighten up a lot. Got to see that tighten up. Let's go ahead and look at a couple different things here. Let's look at our zigzag channel. Now we know we don't have to adjust it this time. It's on 100, the default setting, and it worked. It works sometimes, sometimes you have to adjust it. But looking at this, we fell back to our median line here of our zigzag, right? So we're using it as support. We'll see if we can hold this area. And let me go ahead and turn that off. And then let me look at my Donchian here. This is for our trend. And see where we're at. So the top of the Donchian's right there at the long-term moving averages, which is going to be near the top of the Kumo cloud as well. We'll see if we can just, I mean, this looks to me like we're just going to accumulate, maybe wave up and down. A lot of this, again, will depend on how bullish the markets want to get, guys. If the markets start to fade, we got to watch and see if Bitcoin can hold this, or because we have this lower level volume divergence, if we're going to be more prone to roll, right? So we're going to keep you guys updated with that. And let me go ahead and turn the Donchian off. Let's look at our Nubia, see if there's any updates to that. I'm guessing the heavy supply line will be right up there for the long-term moving averages. That's been the case, and there you go. Heavy supply line, medium supply line is down here at 22.8. So, look at that, almost tracing with the cloud. It's so nice when you get confluence with indicators, right? Almost tracing with the cloud and descending. So this impact area somewhere in here between, today, if we somehow pumped, today and out to like June 22nd, this seems to be where we're going to impact the cloud. That's going to be pretty key, okay? Where we impact this cloud, because if we can hold it, or if we lose it and go back in this range, try to sneak up underneath the cloud and poke out like that. We've done that before. You guys have seen that before on this channel. Or if we hold it, the markets stay bullish, maybe make some progress and get through the cloud this way, right? So we'll have to look. And let's look at the 1 hour. 1 hour time frame, guys. I mean, on the 1 hour, it looks peachy keen. You have your higher lows here in green. You have your higher highs here in red, and you're still along with this trend. Look at this. Here's your low. Here's your higher high. Here's your, I don't know, I guess you could say it's a higher low there, higher high, higher low, higher high. So, and here's your higher low still. So you're still making this bullish trend. But again, 1 hour time frame, guys, not very powerful. And we did just flip whatever this white line is. It could be the 200 or the 233. Let's take a look. It is the 200. So we flipped our 200 on the 1 hour. Again, that's not that hard to do. It is a 1 hour time frame. 233 is coming down lower around the 1618 here of this tighter wave projection, which is 21,871. You got to hold here at 21K. You got to hold this 21K 1 fib. And as you can see, what you could end up doing if you hold this, right? So you waved up here. You see that? You waved up. It's kind of like a cut pattern here. Again, if you're trading small time frames, it's kind of like a cut pattern. You're waving back down again. This can easily also become a double top. And I know you can't see that. I'm drawing all over the place, but this can be a double top too. You see this? Where you could break the neckline, and your neckline is basically going to be that 200. So you need to hold the 1 or hold the 200, bounce back up off of it, right? Get some accumulation, make some type of cup that we can break out from. And again, you're gonna have to, that's your first target, that 21,871. Let's go ahead and look at this a couple different ways as well. Let's look at our Caterpillar, again, this is a reverse engineered RSI to see if it's bottling up or not. And it's still expanded, as you can see. You want it to look like this. See how tight this is right here? And ours is more expanded. We probably can see this in our volatility channel as well. Yeah, the volatility channel is starting to bottle up, but look how tight it can get. You see this over here to the left? It can get super tight. So it's not completely expanded, but it is somewhere in the middle. And again, guys, look at the volume. So we had that one high relative volume bar. Again, remember, 1 hour time frame is not the same as looking at volume on the daily. And then you have just declining volume left to right. But overall, from this high relative volume on the selling on the dump, you can see overall, all the candles that follow it are lower, including this breakout candle here, right? Everything's lower left to right. It's just not a lot of volume coming in. And I'm seeing this in equities too. Now today, you know, with the rally, again, it's a day. I track volume divergence primarily on the daily, and today is the day, and the candle's still open. So we'll see how it finishes up. But it's not looking strong so far on the equities indexes. But you can have volume divergence and you can have price rise. That happens all the time. So we have to look and see where we can get to, and if we can hold those key support levels and break through some key resistance levels. Let's look what the Donchian looks like here on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we're right at the top of our range, right? So this retracement's expected. We hit the top of our range, came back down. Here's my Donchian, the zigzag combined in here, as you can see. So, you know, we could, if we need to hold this, if we don't, you're looking at the 618 back at 20,470. When you can see here in the range, you've used this over and over again for support and as resistance, okay? So looks like a pretty good level, and that would be breaking that double top. So you might find support there at 20,470 on the 1 hour. And let's go ahead and turn that off. And what do we got here, guys? We're at 16 minutes already. Time flies when I'm talking to you guys. I think that's about it. Oh, let's look at Ichi real quick, guys, and I'll wrap this up. So let's look at Ichi and see where our cloud are. See, remember, we broke through our cloud, and like we talked about in yesterday's video, you start with a thin cloud, right? This is a Kumo twist. When you go from one color to the next color, you went from resistance cloud to support cloud. Kumo twist, as price stays elevated, the cloud for support gets thicker, and you can see it getting thicker, and you can see the cloud over here, the base getting thicker as well. So we do have support, but that support is lower down, as you can see. So we want to hold up here, guys. Hold 21K. Hold 21K, look at your targets on your 4 hour and start planning this out. Look how close you can get to this cloud. It looks like we could impact it again between today and the next couple of days. We could be impacting this cloud, so we'll see how we hold up if we roll down or if we try to punch through it. Everything is extended from the moving averages because of the dumps in the markets. So we have room to run if we can get some velocity. We need velocity. We'll see if we can hold this base and build this rally. Thank you guys so much for watching. Smash that like button for me and sub to the channel if you have not done so. Check out our links, guys. Check out our website. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Happy trading, everybody.